gonna get up to the wheel back soon. Should I just do it? Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Me too. Go. What are you fighting? What urge are you fighting?
So the halls of Art and Vol, running
Yeah.
that with
Yeah.
old school essentials.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a perfect marriage.
Are you listening to 3D6 down the line?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw some of that. I was watching some of the early episodes of that, and
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, that's got to be
it's
just a lot
cool.
of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. I'm digging. I really like their mix of, uh, fun old school play
Right.
and then they do like a wind down or pre-game, a post-game kind of feedback, and it is
Right.
really cool. I really dig. I really dig it. Um, really dig it. I've got a new stool, and I'm trying to figure the damn thing out. I am not comfortable yet. Not comfortable yet. Did I just break it? I might have broken it. I heard a wood noise that wasn't healthy. We'll see.
That's funny. That's one of the conversations we have around the house here. I'm like, look,
Stay
I'm the
together.
oldest here, and
Right.
I'm old enough to know that certain things are comfortable, and I like the way they are. And if it breaks, I want the same one back, right? I
Right.
don't, because it works, right?
Right.
It's been working. I don't want to try anything new. And it's not that I don't want to try anything new. I just know the other one was good, and it took a long time to get there. So yeah, when you said you got a new stool, I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I switched. We had to move everything out of my office, which was actually a
Right.
really liberating process. I was really angry about it until I did it, and I was like, actually, that should probably be something I do once a year. Is just like
Yeah.
get everything out, and then the things I put back in are the things I really want.
Right.
So that was cool because I kind of got to really take a critical look at my shelves and everything. And we were starting to put things back, and I was like, you know what? I don't put the desk and the desk chair in there. I got a low table, and I can I grabbed some like workout flooring, and I've been
Nice.
sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been sitting kind of on the ground, so I've got like a meditation stool and like a meditation cushion, and that's pretty good. And I feel like I move more when I do that, and it's
Right.
less, when I game, it's not like another 2 hours a week of like sitting
Right.
at a desk.
Right.
And if I had if I was a touch more comfortable at work, I would do this at work. I'm not quite there yet. I'm not going to be the weird floor guy just yet at work.
You know you would be. Everyone else like, man, did you see
Judd,
Judd the floor guy?
Judd sits on the damn floor like a
Yeah.
savage. What is wrong with
Yeah.
that guy? Yeah, totally. That is how it
That
will
is
go.
funny.
Yeah, but I like it. I like, so it kind of becomes like the office / workout room because I can like work out in here a little bit. I can come in and stretch after I've been in the car for an hour. After a hard day, it's good. It's really good. So shall we talk about Wizards Apprentices a little bit?
Yes.
Cool. Let's do that. Awesome. Let's share this shit right here. Boom. So I wrote this thing. I think maybe the most interesting part. Yeah. Thank you, Sir Carroll. Yep. I get it. I was already the weird standing desk guy. I now I'm going to be the weird floor guy. I'm like going up and down, and I can't figure out which way I want to go. Cool. So let's just pick a type of arcane practitioner who's going to teach you, who's going to teach your character, and then we'll figure out your character from there.
Okay.
So like let's first pick what kind of person, like what kind of arcane practitioner is and then we'll like choose from one of the, I've got like 4 choices, and then we'll choose from that, which kind of has a lot of them have like some kind of situation baked into them in some way. So
Nice.
we've got a hedge wizard, We've got a court sorcerer. Sorcerer. It's like the most Jersey word I say is sorcerer. I cannot. I cannot not say that word without sounding pure fucking Jersey.
No, it's straw. See, I'm about to do it's strawberry for me, man. And if I'm drinking, I sound like my dad, and then it's
Nice.
coffee.
Oh
Coffee.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, when did my dad get here?
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, court sorcerer, back alley warlock,
All right.
A war mage, a boneyard necromancer,
Nice.
a country witch,
Okay.
an arcane college. That one might be the most work, but we'll give it a shot. And then I've got a couple other questions here, and we'll sort that all out. But
All
for
right.
now, let's pick
I'm
one of
down
those.
to back alley warlock and necromancer because, man, I have a bias toward necromancers.
Yeah. All right, so let's
go.
Well, hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Let's look at the four options for those and see which maybe you can pick from that. So the back alley warlock, their four things are: to survive, the warlock is in hiding, a lone player in an active criminal web, a crime lord of an up-and-coming syndicate, trying desperately to stop a mage war. And then the Boneyard Necromancer, we were defining the Boneyard. The Boneyard is a necropolis built by a long-gone civilization, a dragon cemetery where these mythic beasts go when they die, an ancient battlefield scarred by arcane weapons whose energies are lost to time, a city's labyrinth of tombs.
Oh, my goodness. How do you come up with this stuff, man? It's all so...
Thank you.
This
one hit me all at once. Like, I literally wrote, like, this is how you become a wizard. I wrote this stuff, and I posted it online, and I was like, oh shit, this is going to be a thing. Like, this is playable. And so anyway, yeah, thank you. I appreciate the kind words.
All right, I'm going with a Boneyard Necromancer.
Awesome.
The Boneyard is a city's labyrinth of tombs.
Cool. I dig it.
That hit the hardest.
I love it. Cool. So let's just call the city Bone. And underneath the city is the Boneyard. And I'm pretty sure I got the word for Boneyard for a fantasy novel, from a like modern day fantasy novel by the guy who wrote Cthulhu or Lovecraft Country.
Okay.
That guy wrote. He also wrote a book that's basically set in Ithaca, and there is a place he calls the Boneyard. Matt Ruff. What the hell was the name of that book? Fool on the Hill is a book that, like, if you live in Ithaca and you're a geek, like, eventually a friend hands you this book and you have to read it. It's just law. I don't make the rules. And it's just like, it's got like, it just got all these little parts of Ithaca that I have run into in my life. I'm sure. Anyway, I think I got the name Boneyard from him. That's fine. Cool. So let's go to, there are some more questions.
Okay.
Was the apprentice you're making sent to learn magic because of one or more of the following reasons, or is there another? So let's, find out who this kid is. You summoned something fell and lost control of it. You attempted to marshal elemental forces. You found your teacher so you could learn some mystery that only arcane arts can solve. You fell into another world and came back marked by the experience in ways that made home uncomfortable for you. Or did you see something wrong with the world that you currently believe only magic can change? And, it can be one of those. It can be none of those. It could be half of one. It could be all of them. We can sort it out.
All right, so maybe I think I see a mashup happening.
Yeah.
I summoned something fell and lost control of it. My thought is maybe it grabbed me into the another world.
Yeah.
But I came back, but I'm still marked by that thing.
Yeah.
Right, and being home is uncomfortable.
Got it. So you summoned something, it grabbed you, took you to another world.
Yeah.
Cool. And you're marked, and home just ain't what it was. Cool.
Right.
Maybe your home was like a village outside of Bone.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Does that work?
That does. That
Cool.
works. Yeah.
Cool. Repositioning on this damn stool. And when I move this one way, like the bottom, like all the tendons in the bottom of my foot just seize up. It's like you're supposed to sit this way, and when I do it, oh my goodness, what is happening on my foot? It's like all of the foot muscles. Okay, this is not why folks watch actual plays to learn about my foot muscles, but I can't help
Look
it.
at these two old men.
Oh my God, trying to sit and play. Yeah. I'm going to go back to jiu-jitsu this week, and I'm going to get murdered. Awesome. Yeah. How do you think you got to Bone? Did you like hitch a ride with a caravan? Did like a couple of cousins bring you and drop you off?
No, yeah, I think my family's like, oh, you can't stay with us.
Yeah.
Right? I think they know I'm not right. There's something off, different. Maybe they can see the mark, or maybe they know, right? And so they got rid of me. I think that's what happened.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So the mark is like a visible thing.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Maybe they're hedge wizards enough, or maybe it's superstitious stuff, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's visible. I'm not sure. I'm not. Yeah. I'm easy. I hadn't thought about it. I'm easy all the way around that.
Yeah. We'll sort it out.
All right.
Cool. I think we can remove the share screen now.
But for sure, I think I make them uneasy, uncomfortable, and they know why.
Got it. Okay, one leg down, one leg up is clearly the way the stool is going to work for me right now. I got it. I'm figuring this out. Cool. Fighting and why it's horrible. I'll probably use that for violence. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will.
Is that Jason Morningstar's?
It is, yeah.
Gotcha. I remember seeing that a little bit ago.
Do I have it around, or do I need to download it again? There it is. Great. That's up. Bump-a-dum. Cool. So this kid gets brought to the city of Bone by his cousins. He's marked as strange somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are your cousins dicks? Like, are they really terrified of you, where they just leave you at the gate and run? Or do they have some affection? Does one of them like have affection for you, and so they bring you, kind of walk you in to the Necromancer's tower?
No, so yeah. I think I didn't know until you asked, right?
Yeah.
So I think that they, on the way out, they're being family-ish, right?
Right.
We eat, we talk, that kind of thing, right?
Right.
There's no real super love, but they're not strange and weird and being a-holes about it, right?
Okay.
Maybe on the trip out there's a couple of camp nights where we're campfire and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we arrived at the city. We have to camp outside. Maybe the city's shut down at night or whatever. We can't get into the next morning.
Yeah.
So we camp outside the city, right? I wake up the next day, and I wake up, the tent that I fell asleep in is gone. I'm out in the cold. Maybe there's a blanket. They left me with a blanket,
Oh
right?
shit, they
And the
ditched.
water skin. Yes.
Oh man, they are dicks. That's a dick move.
Right. So I think that's what happens, right? I think when I
Yeah,
wake
yeah,
up, I'm outside, right,
yeah.
and everything's gone,
You know
right?
what? I think can we add a detail that
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
um your cousins are actually kind of cool, right? And they like want it. They're like, yeah, we'll walk you right in to Bone and like walk you to the Necromancer's tower. Like we're not gonna, but like there's an uncle who was like, no, we're not. Like, and like, and I think when you wake up like in a blanket with like a water skin, like you know that like your uncle got everybody up and out
Right.
and like took down
Moving.
like
Yeah.
took away the tent around you while you slept
Right.
and
Right.
and your cousins didn't want to but were forced to.
Right.
uh cool, cool, yeah. So yeah, you're this kid. You're marked as strange and you're outside the city of Bone. I think there's like there's a horn that blows when the gates open and you see like merchants all around you kind of breaking camps and and farmers bringing in their wares and such. um, you know uh, shepherds with sheep that they're bringing to be shorn here and in Bone. Pilgrims here to see the boneyard and the necropolis and
Right. Right.
like yeah, how what are you are you just kind of getting in line? Are you trying to find another way in? What?
No, I think I get it. Like maybe it's a water skin they leave me with, and maybe there's a letter of introduction or letter of something
Oh wow.
to the necromancer.
Yeah, yeah,
So maybe I have an idea that this was the plan. Is that not that they were going to bail on me, but
yeah,
the end stage was to meet with the necromancer
yeah.
or somebody that can help you,
Right.
as they put it.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Love it. Um, yeah, you are in line, and I think the city guard have their armor is enameled white, as are the tips of their spears. Um, their clothes are black. I think they have skull masks that will come down, but I think they've got them up.
Okay.
And that's only for for battle and sieges and stuff. But they stop you and they say, well, I guess they stop you. But here's the question. I think now maybe we need to define a little bit more. Like, can they see the strange mark? Like, or can they feel it?
Ooh. I
Or do
think
you
I think
have to
it's a
show?
feel.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, I
feeling.
think. Yeah, I think it's a feeling. Yeah.
Cool. Um, do they start like does the air get cold and like they can see their own breath suddenly on a summer day, uh, or is it just sheer feeling?
I think it's yeah, I think it's sheer feeling. I think there's an uncomfortableness. I
Yeah,
think it's like the heckles on the back of your neck kind of thing.
yeah, 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 yeah. Love it,
Uh,
love it.
yeah.
Cool.
I am having some video issues, I think. I'm frozen, but I can still hear
Yep,
you.
yep. Same. You're frozen, but I can hear you. We'll just work it out. We're moving nice and slow, and I gotta find this thing that a wizard says to their apprentice that I got up at 3 in the morning a couple weeks ago and wrote out in its entirety almost. It's really just an outline. You still there?
I'm still here. I can still hear you.
Okay,
And whatever it is, it's with the browser because now my browser's locked up.
got it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's all browser oriented, but I can still hear you.
okay. I mean, I think that's the important thing, really. That we can. Oh, you shifted.
Yeah, it's Chrome. It's trying to work itself out. I'm not sure what I can do to help it. Because if I shut it down, I will lose this.
Yeah, I will. If you want to shut it down, I'll hold it down until you get back.
All right, I will bounce it. I'll be right back.
Yep. Hey, folks, if you are still watching this, we are playing kind of something freeformish. I've got this idea of how apprentices become wizards. It kind of came to me, it's come to me in like oddly fully formed chunks. So I got like all of the ways that someone becomes a wizard, and then a bunch of ideas for different teachers. And then I woke up the other night and wrote down basically the speech that you're probably about to hear, which is what a wizard says to an apprentice when they first take them on. And there's a lot of world building in that speech that I think is pretty cool. And I'm looking forward to sharing it with you and sharing it with Jay. And I just thought it would be cool to see, like, how little do we need, right? And so that's where we're at as I look for it and try to figure out what this person's going to say to Jay in a few minutes.
And there's actual play. Okay, I'll bring this back online.
Yeah, you are very loud all of a sudden.
I am?
You were there for a second. There we go. Cool.
All right, looks like everything's back.
Cool.
Everything's
awesome.
Good.
Awesome. Possum. Cool. I think you come and the guard says, why don't you wait under the guard tower over here in the shade? I'll see that you get a little bit of water, and I'll send a runner to fetch Kazul. You're here to see Kazul, right?
And I give him the letter. Yeah, I give him the letter.
Yeah, he looks at it. I'm not
sure that.
Yeah, and hands it back to you and says, actually, he says, I'll give this to the runner. And I think you are like escorted to like a waiting area outside the gate, and it's like a little bit of a little lean-to, a place to hitch a horse if you had such a thing, if you had such riches, right. And I think we've got a moment to kind of stop and take a look at this kid. Do we want to name him? Do we want to describe him a little bit? Like, what stands out? Do you want to like roll D&D stats just to like get a feeling? Do you want to not do that? I don't know. I have no.
Yeah. Let's. If you've got some stat ideas, let's roll some of that. I'm willing to go with what's there.
I mean, I'm literally like, I've had like OSE on the brain lately, so like that is kind of where I'm at, and I'm definitely vibing off of OSE's mage and acolyte classes.
Okay. Yeah, in my head, my thought is I don't know what he might. If he's in a village, he's probably doing village farmish kind of experiences.
Right.
But then this thing takes him to this other place. I don't know what that other place is about. How long has he been there? That kind of thing. Yeah. All those things also shape you. So I'm okay with deferring to the dice and then filling in from there.
Yeah. You want to do that? Do you want to roll 3d6 down the line?
Yes, I'm good with that.
Cool. So it is strength, intelligence, wisdom, dex, con, charisma is the order.
All right, I'm going to bring up roll Is it roll with me? Roll dice with your friends? Which one of these is? No, it's not that one. That's the ugly one.
Do we want
I won't say
to?
which it is.
Do you want to share the dice screens? We can watch this young person being rolled up.
Yes. Yeah, there it is. Visual dice table. Go. Jay. You want me to send you the link, or I could just share it right through here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do that. Present. Share screen. Roll with me tab. Share.
Cool.
All right, 3d6. Right down the line. Here's the
Bingo.
first one.
All
Oh, that's
right.
not bad. That's all right. That's strength, right?
Yep.
All right. Whoops. I think I did that right. Ooh, that's terrible. Whatever that is. Int, that's next, isn't it? Or is that
Yeah.
dex?
I think that's int. Yep. In the newer versions of D&D, it's dex, but in OSE, it is int.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that doesn't bode well for
ugly.
the young magician.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not so great either. What's going on, dice? What are you doing to? Oh, good lord!
Damn. This kid is having a rough go.
4, 5. And here's number 6. Oh,
All right.
that is rough. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
So I think whatever happened, right? Some bad stuff happened in the other world.
Yeah. Also, we're doing like a 0 level adventure, right? So we could throw in training things where you can train up a stat or switch a stat or something.
Okay.
So we can fuck around with it. We're making something up. We just because we're doing 3d6 down the line doesn't mean we need to like live and die and never change. We can sort it out. So yeah, write them down, but don't be too concerned.
So it's strength, int, dex.
Strength, int, wisdom, dex, con, charisma.
Wisdom, dex, con, charisma. Gotcha. All right.
And I've got the fantasy name generator on necromancers, and the names here are pretty good.
All right, let's do that.
You wanna see that? All right, hold up. Stop that screen, and I will share. And yeah, it'll give you a bunch of stuff to choose from. If it's on there, why am I not seeing? Why am I not seeing that? It's Necromancer names. There you are. Share and bam. I didn't take any of the second names, but
Oh, nice. Those are nice.
They're not bad.
I like that last one. Zivok?
Zivok, love it.
Zivok.
Love
I like
it.
that.
Cool. Done. Yeah. Yeah, we look at this kid. Does anything you think, like, as we take a good look at him, is there anything that stands out about him, or is it just that birds stop singing and people keep their distance?
Yeah, and I think maybe his body proportions, are a little off, right? Maybe his arms are a little long, right?
Yeah.
Maybe and his movement, because I'm looking at his dex. Maybe his movement is awkward or looks disturbing, right? Uh, More than being, it's slow, but more than being clumsy, maybe folks see the way he moves as haunting,
Cool.
disturbing, uncomfortable, right?
Yeah. Love it. Digging it, digging it. Um, yeah. I mean, I think a middle-aged man approaches, right? I think he's
Hmm.
in uh, white robes with kind of bone-colored robes with black trim, and definitely like the hems are dirty, as if he's in a lot of he walks around a lot, and is in a lot of deep dark spaces in these robes.
Uh-huh.
um,
Uh-huh.
and he definitely walks with a confidence that Zivok does not yet have at his disposal, and he smiles when he sees you and says, "Your kin wrote this for you, huh?"
Yeah, I thought we were all uh, going, but yeah, they wrote that.
Ah, they left you, hmm?
Yeah.
But they walked with you as far to Bone.
Yeah, up until this morning.
Well, uh, how much you see them in the years to come will be up to you. But I would recommend clinging to the kindnesses rather than remembering the shortcomings and the insults, unless it was really terrible. Leaving you here and running. Your family once had witchcraft in their bloodline, but it's been a long time since anyone has trained it up. But it seems that you are interested in changing that. Hmm?
I was an accident.
He puts his hand up like, yeah, don't talk about that here,
Talk
right?
about that.
Yeah. He says, I am Kazul, the Bone Mage. I am a necromancer by trade. Uh, with no obligations, why don't you come back to my tower and we will get you fed, break some fast, and discuss what comes next for you. Does that
All
sound
right.
reasonable?
Sounds more than reasonable.
Good. Come. And yeah, I think he kind of walks side by side with you, and he definitely has like a black staff with a bone hand at the top that is holding a rock, a shard, and he says, "What do you know of necromancers? What have you heard?"
Um, they deal with the dead, skeletons, um, blood sacrifices.
Hmm. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, his tower is a little two-story, uh, gray slate building at the edge of a walled necropolis that takes up a huge amount of the center of the building, and he sits you down and I think like it's kind of an eat-in kitchen. Like you would have
Okay. Yeah.
thought,
Yeah.
there like he would have uh, servants or something, but he does not. And he says, eggs, bacon, and toast. All right.
Yeah.
Do you
That's fantastic.
do you partake of coffee?
I don't think he's had coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He says, "Why don't you give it a try?" And like puts a kettle on and cracks some eggs. And I think he like
Right.
takes off
Right.
his robe and hangs it on a peg. And I think the only like weird magical thing is he like puts his staff down and like leaves it, and it just stands straight up. Right? It just
Right.
stands there. And he makes breakfast and serves you a plate of eggs, bacon, and toast, and himself, and pours coffee, and puts a little milk in each, and a splash of spice, and says, "You said it was an accident. Why don't you tell me more about the accident? What do you remember?"
There's a festival that comes through Reading, my village. Performers come through, jugglers, dancers, some animal acts, and there's a witch. And I watched her, and after the festival was over, I went to go, summon the bunny like she did, and did what she did, and it was actually I didn't get a bunny.
He says, "I bet you did not."
I thought if you could pull bunnies out of nowhere, right? You could take bunnies to the market. That's a lot of money.
What was her name? I've
Oof.
got a bunch of witch
Yeah,
names here.
yeah.
They're
I
pretty
like
good.
Canton. Canton Howler. Yeah,
Nice.
I like Canton. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Did you want to put an N in there? It sounded like you had an N in Canton, or just Caton.
Uh,
Caton.
Caton is good. Yeah, Caton's good. I don't have my
Caton.
glasses on, so
No
my
problem.
brain is filling in the rest of the letters.
Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Uh, yeah, he says, Caton Howler, huh? That's a far fall for
You know
her.
her?
It's a small community. Arcane practitioners are a small community. Wizards, mages, whatever you want to call us. So you did not get a bunny. Do you want to talk about what you did get?
I don't.
You don't know what it was.
No. And I couldn't put it back.
Yeah. Zivak, you have a couple of choices. You will be marked strange, I think. I don't think I can take that from you. But your people in Reading are superstitious. So I can give you a ward. They'll probably believe that. I will ask for something of yours before your life is over. And you can go back to Reading. Someone will, you know what? Someone might even be attracted to the strange, and you can be married and have a family and have a very normal life, as you always imagined a life in Reading would be. I can't promise you what history will bring, but we can do that. That's an option. I also can't promise you what it is that I will ask of you in the coming decades. But I can tell by the contents of your letter that you don't really have much to pay. But if you want to go back to your life, that's an option. Or you can sip the rest of your coffee and hear about what it is to be an apprentice to a necromancer.
I think he sips some of the coffee, and then he says, do I have to pay to be an apprentice?
No. Not in coin.
Well, I'll listen.
There are, in this modern era, 5 spell books, 5 schools of sorcery and methods that are known. There are alien spell books that pull energies from different worlds and create effects that we can use here. There are portals to other realms. And the alien beings within those realms, one of which you have met, pacts with those beings, banishing them, making sure their time here does not cause harm to those around you. There are the secret languages and access points to the sky keeps that circle this world. And there are castellans and the sociology of them. There's enchantment, imbuing a mundane object with alien radiation, so that can be a more useful tool or weapon. And then there is the covenant, which is an energy we created at the end of the Mage War to make sure that we don't destroy the world if we feud again, and hopefully to stop a feud from happening. If you were to become my apprentice, I would guide you through the process of becoming a wizard. And that process is rigorous. You must summon an entity from another world and keep it contained and make a useful pact. You have to learn one spell from your teacher. You have to learn a spell from a rival. You have to learn a spell from an ancient source. You have to create one spell. You have to craft a meaningful tool or weapon. You have to enchant your staff so that it is a proper wizard staff. And you have to pass a final test decided by no less than 3 wizards, none of whom can be me. This is based on an ancient text that an archmage created a long time ago. Because as you can imagine, there were a lot of us and the standards were kind of all over the place. While you are my apprentice, you will follow my orders without question. I will feed and clothe you as best I can in the conditions that we're in. And once a day, you can ask me a question and I have to answer it truthfully. I don't have to answer it where you ask it. I can put it off so that we answer it in private.
Nice.
And you can imagine what caused that stipulation to go in.
Right.
During that
Yeah, I think.
time, yeah.
Uh
He says, my own teacher was cruel. I do not believe that that is something that has to be passed down. Um, some prefer to be called master by their apprentice. I think that is an artifact from an old system that didn't really work. And I would prefer you just call me teacher or necromancer. It's not an easy going, and stopping halfway is dangerous, as you well know. Whatever we decide here, I have to ask you a bunch more questions about the creature you summoned, because I have to know if something dangerous is out there. Do you have any questions?
Can I learn how to kill it?
Yes.
Will it be bacon, eggs, and toast for breakfast?
Yes, but you'll be cooking it. That's the last meal I will make for you until you are a wizard.
This sounds better than home. I like it.
What was rough about home?
We didn't have bacon, eggs, and toast every day.
Yeah. Well, some become wizards because of that. Some become wizards because of far worse reasons, I reckon. Very well. There, in the boneyard, is one of the beams of the covenant. We will go in and swear our oaths soon. I don't want to let it go undone for too long. We should talk about this bunny you summoned.
But it wasn't a bunny. I wanted a bunny, but
I know.
it wasn't a bunny.
What did it look like?
Ooh, that's a good question. You know what? I have Pinterest open.
The other option that I'm thinking is that it didn't get away because it's inside you.
Oh no! No, that works. Because I think early on we said that it had took me to some other place.
Yeah.
But I made it back here some kind of way, and that was kind of
Yeah.
nebulous. I'm totally cool with that. I'm totally good with that. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, but we can still like decide what the thing looks like. Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me open this up. I have no idea off the top of my head. So let's see what we have in Pinterest under demons.
Yeah. I can also share with you my Pinterest. My monster manual in Pinterest.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Let's do that. Yeah. Let me get it up. It's coming. Cool. Sword Lords.
Yeah, because I'm getting a lot of classic kind of images right now.
Hold up. I think I've got
and a snail.
D&D monster manuals. Good. Here is the thing. I'll put it in private chat.
Okay.
I will put it in comments in case anyone's out there who wants to follow along. And if you want to follow along at home on the YouTubes, and you can also share the screen so we can look over what you're looking at.
Yeah. Oh, I'll share it now. There's some nice stuff in here, man.
Thank you. I love, like, I haven't touched Pinterest in a while, but I really enjoy it. There's good stuff.
Yes, I like this guy. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Oh. I like that dude. Oh my goodness. That dude is broke.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's it right there, man. I don't know that it gets better than that.
What the fuck is that?
Right, and it looks like he's got fangs, man.
Yeah, I think you describe this thing to him, and he says, a third eye in his forehead, red. Like he's just like, oh Jesus. There's like another picture of him too.
Like right underneath this one?
Yeah. You don't. The eyes are closed for some reason. But,
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Yeah, that's the dude right there. Oh my goodness.
Interesting. It might be from Skyrim. I don't care, but yeah, it's good. Wow. Hold on, I found a red wizard of Thay I didn't have. I've got to put her in her spot. Hold up. Found a red wizard. Got to put them in. Okay.
Yep.
She is cataloged. Yeah. Awesome. I think you see him blanch, right? And he says, and it. Do you remember anything of what happened when you looked into its three eyes?
Yeah, we ended up someplace that wasn't my village. It was, I don't know, the lands were dry, harsh, broken. Some strange creatures walked around. It felt like sometimes when you're moving through your dreams, but it was different because I wasn't dreaming, right? I could feel and hear and touch stuff. So yeah, it was like that. Is that bad? That's a heavy sigh. Is that bad?
Where did this creature go?
I snuck away. I got away. One morning, when at some point it wasn't around, and I could slip out of the at night. I think at night I could slip out of the shackles, and I left the hut, and it wasn't around, and I went back to the spot where I first got there, and I figured if I could swim across the pond or the river, maybe I could get some help on the other side. But when I came out the other side, I was back in my village. I was back home.
He says, all right, let's go to the second floor and well, before we decide on how we're going to handle this, I think you need to decide whether you're going to be an apprentice or not. This is what you're interested in?
Yeah. The breakfast is. I'll learn how to make breakfast. That's a good breakfast.
Let's see if this is still what you want after what we're about to do. Let's go upstairs. You go upstairs, and it is a room with, some shelves with books and scrolls, but it's not like a huge, ridiculous fantasy library. But there are,
Right.
a few dozen books and scrolls on some shelves. And I think the main part of the floor is sand that has been like raked into like very fine rows and even. And he makes he takes a rod and actually, you know what? He does not do that. He puts his staff on the sand and says, two fortresses facing each other. And the rod makes like a square within a square. And then it goes to like, it makes another square within another square. And like their corners are touching. And he says, without breaking any of those lines, why don't you sit with your feet crossed in that. This is called a fortress. It is there to keep you safe from otherworldly powers.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets in the other one. I think he takes off again. He like hangs his robe nearby and gets. He's wearing wearing loose cotton pants and like a black pants and a black shirt, and like a scarf. And he sits down and like undoes the scarf and kind of puts it in his lap and says, "I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to count to 7. When I count to 3, I want you to breathe in. And when I count to 7, I want you to breathe out." And he leads you through this
Right.
for a while.
Yeah.
And he says, how do you feel? What are you noticing about how you feel as you are breathing in and breathing out? Are you noticing any discomfort, any pain?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he says no. I feel fine.
Good.
Yeah, I feel fine.
Yeah.
It's a weird way to breathe, but I feel fine.
Yeah. You find as you go through for a little bit longer, he leads you through for a bit longer, and he's breathing with you, and like you have an itch, like just like you can't. You just have an itch on your forehead that you just like. It's just right into your head.
Right.
It's not hurt. It's just an itch.
Right.
Like, do you itch it, or do you like?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for sure he reaches up to scratch and itch it, right?
Yeah. He says, "I want you to close your eyes for the next bit of breathing, and don't open them until I tell you." And like, he's breathing too. Does Zivak close his eyes, or does he open them?
Yeah. No, he closes them. He closes them.
Yep. And he says, "All
right.
right."
He's got no reason, not to believe or not to trust. Yeah.
Yeah. He says, "When I say, upon breathing out for the full 7, I want you to open all of your eyes. Do you understand me?"
Yeah, you want me to open my eyes when you get to 7.
Yep. And he gets to 7, and and you, what do you do? I guess is the question.
Yeah, no, on 7, yeah, he opens his eyes.
Yeah, you open your eyes, and then like the third eye opens, right? And and it's red, and like
Right,
it's there. Like you suddenly like it's a little disorienting. Like you're seeing out of a different place,
right,
and
right.
you can see the ghost that holds the staff up,
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah.
and you can see the spirits that are like woven into his robes and into his scarf,
Right.
and uh, he says, "Well, look at that. How do you feel, Zavak?"
Uh, I think I can see spirits.
Interesting.
Like there's a guy holding your staff.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
He was apprenticed with me when I was your age, and he died and wanted to stay. So I arranged for that to happen. And you can see like the ghost says something to him, and he says something back, like you can't hear it. You can only
Right.
see it. And he says, now let's do the difficult part. Let's close your eyes again. And I don't know. Do you think Zivak can close it easily? Like, does it just close? Is it difficult? Should we make some kind of
Yeah, because I
a
think
wisdom? Yeah,
the deal is he knows. Oh, he just learned about the third one, right?
yeah,
And so I think the habit would be to close 2, right?
yeah.
Because that's I do that all the time, right?
Right.
So I'm with you. I think maybe a roll is in order to see if he can
Yeah, yeah,
close the third
yeah.
one.
What do you think? Wisdom or like is it
No, yeah,
intelligence?
I'm thinking it's either intelligence or wisdom. Wisdom seems right,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
right?
Cool. Yep. Cool. Why don't you roll under your wisdom? Let's do it.
Ooh, 3d6.
On a d20.
Oh, on a d20. Oh, yes, you're right. Oh, in some ways that's better, and in some ways it's not. Let me
Yeah.
clear these dice out.
Yep.
Oh, that's not it. That's a label. I used to know how to clear out all the dice. Don't say I have to select all the dice to clear them. That seems crazy. No, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, and I can do this too. I can share so we can all see the roll that I'm about to make here.
Awesome.
There it is. But I do not know how to clear these dice out. I guess I do have to select them all. That seems nutty.
Room controls, maybe?
Yeah, that deletes the room.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just roll on top of it.
Yeah, that'll work.
That's a 12, right? Yeah.
Ooh, no good. I'm at 11 and my wisdom is 7.
Got it. Yeah, I think energy kind of comes out of it as it stays open. You can feel like a strain in your head,
Uh-huh.
and he says, This is a problem.
Do I actually have a third eye in the middle of my head?
You do, yes.
You can see it?
I think you can feel it. Like you can feel it on your forehead.
Gotcha. All right. All right.
It's not why your family was saying you were strange.
Right. Right.
They couldn't tell it was there, but like now that it's
Right.
there, yeah, it's there.
I can't go out like this.
That is true. We need to get you to the point where you can close it and open it without thinking about it. Or we need to cleanse you of this otherworldly alteration. Is there anything else you remember about waking up chained up in this other world?
Not really. Just the landscape. It's just really rocky land. You're never going to grow anything there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what those creatures. I've never seen them before, but they're like animals. I don't know what they graze on or what they eat. I can't imagine living there.
Hmm. No, you definitely should not live there. Do you remember anything about the chains themselves? How they worked? What kind of metal was it? Was it metal?
Yeah, I think so. It was like it kind of flaked a little bit, but it was like a black kind of metal, like a burnt metal.
Hmm.
It looked normal.
A burnt metal, you said.
Yeah, like a burnt metal. Like it was put to the fire a little bit.
Hmm. That's interesting. That's a detail that hadn't come out. And then there was a river. What do you remember of the river? Were there any fish in it?
I don't. And he stopped. I don't remember. I was swimming fast because I was getting away.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't remember. It was cold.
Did you
I
swallow any
just
water?
well, when you're swimming, right? That happens.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like water. It seemed like water, like river water
So
or
you did
whatever.
taste it.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, and then when I came out from the other side, right? I recognized the area, and I wasn't far from my village.
Is there a river near your village?
Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. When you entered the river, did it seem familiar? Did it seem like the river near your village, or did it seem like something else?
No, only when I came out. I didn't. Yeah, when I. Yeah, I. It's not the same river that I got in the other place. But after I went under, because I was trying to hide, and when I came out, then it was the same river for my village,
Hmm.
but not before.
Interesting. Did you feel any fish? Did you feel anything touch you while you were in the river?
No, but I think it was pretty deep. I couldn't see the bottom. I couldn't touch it, but I could. I mean, I was just all out swimming across to the other side.
Hmm.
So I don't remember any other things in the river.
Let's back up a little bit. I feel like we're missing a lot. Do you remember how you were chained? How you got there?
Uh, it's a little fuzzy. It's just one leg, my left leg. Um, I think mostly to keep me from uh, running out or off or away. There are other chains in the hut too, but they were empty. Maybe
Hmm.
two or three other ones, but
Okay.
they were just laying around. There was nobody in there.
Anything in the hut that you were tempted to steal, or that you did steal?
Nah, there was some pokers in the fire.
There was a fire. What color was the fire?
Well, it was out, but I don't know how long it was out. But there were pokers in the ash of the fire,
Any heat?
of the pit. It was warm. Yeah, it was warm.
So they hadn't been gone long.
No, I don't think so. No.
Hmm.
And it wasn't a huge hut, but there was some room. It wasn't uncomfortable.
And let's go back to trying to find the rabbit. You're trying to get the rabbit, but you don't get it. You grab something else.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And did this person come out of a hat, or did they come out of something else?
Well, so the trick at the festival, she had kind of a sheet, right? And she puts down some grass and stuff that rabbits like, and then she has the sheet that she kind of drapes over the whole thing. And then I won't repeat the words, but then when she drags the sheet away, right, there's a rabbit there.
Oh, kitten. What did you put? What did you put under the sheet?
I used the grass from the farm. We had some old carrots and some celery. I put that down, right? Rabbits like that. And I grabbed an old sheet from the barn that we use for the animals, and I tried to do almost the same thing she did, that the witch did.
And you put the sheet down. Where was the ground that you put the sheet down upon?
It was outside, around the backside of the barn, just over the dirt. I just grabbed some tufts of grass, and laid it out over the dirt.
Do you remember if behind the barn there's an old foundation of a house that maybe was there before you got there, or from before you were born?
I suppose. I don't.
Nothing like that rings a bell?
No.
Hmm. And we'll call this thing you brought in the rabbit, for lack of a better word.
The rabbit.
Do you
Now
feel
I
like
gotta go back and look at this image. And
Yeah.
does he look like a? No,
No,
he's got
no.
rabbit ears. He's
I
got
don't
rabbit
know.
ears.
I don't know if that's what I call rabbit is.
know.
I like rabbits. I don't like whatever the hell
I don't
that
like
is.
that guy.
When you called the rabbit right now, does it feel like the rabbit is far away or nearby?
Oh, it's in that other place. Yeah, no, I left it back there. I suppose it could come back here, but my guess is you could fix that.
I'm afraid this is going to be your mess to fix. Yes, it is. We'll find out exactly what this thing was in time. Before then, we will travel into the boneyard, and you will close your third eye. I hope. And we will swear upon our mage's covenant that I will be your teacher until you are a wizard, and you will be my apprentice until you are a wizard. And I will answer a question every day, and you will follow my directions as orders. But before we go into the boneyard, I really want that third eye closed. You've had a long couple of days. Do you feel like you could sleep?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you sleep right where you are? I'll bring you a blanket. I think he like goes into a closet and like gets a wool blanket, and
Right.
I think it's like a good size so that you literally like if you spread the blanket out, you can't like smudge the letters, right? Like it was
Right.
literally made for this.
Nice. I like it.
And yeah, I think it doesn't take you like you've had an exhausting couple of days.
Right.
It doesn't take too long to get back to sleep, and uh, when you wake up, you're back in the hut, and the creature is the rabbit, for lack of a better word, is
Yes. I like
is
the
is
name,
is
the rabbit.
yeah is across from the fire, and I think like one of the chains like snakes towards you, and you remember like, oh, this is how it got me last time, but like it
Right.
can't get past the fortress. Like the fortress is around you even in the dream, and like
Nice.
the chain breaks, and yeah, the rabbit looks at it and smiles and says, "You got some help."
Something like that.
Did you find a nearby hedge wizard? I didn't know there was a hedge wizard near Reading.
I found a necromancer.
Ah, and you told this necromancer about me.
Everything.
Good for you. So trusting. When do you think the necromancer is going to kill you in order to get to me? How
That's
long
not
do you
gonna
think
happen.
that'll take?
You know where I'm from. We've got recipes for rabbit.
Oh, is that what you think of me as? A rabbit? Is that what you were trying
Yes.
to summon? A
Yeah.
rabbit? My
Yeah.
goodness. You were far off, don't you think?
No, I think you messed it up.
Oh, did I? I messed it up.
You messed it up.
You called me into your world.
No, I think you took the rabbit and came anyway. I think that's what happened.
Hmm.
I've seen the trick. You messed it up.
Interesting. No, no, you invited me to your world. We're not allowed to come unless we're invited, you see.
I also know you twist things, so I don't know that I believe you.
That's fair. And yet you see fit to use power that comes with a brush with me.
What do you mean?
He he points.
No, that was an accident.
Well, if you're going to take one of my eyes, and he kind of like rubs one of his, and then it's brown
Hmm.
like yours. Oh, how interesting. Yeah. Is there anyone in Reading that like you cared about?
Uh, I think if he's a normal kid, he probably cares about his mom,
Yeah.
any siblings. I'm sure he's got a bunch of
Yeah.
siblings.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's probably kind of a rancher, farming stead
Got it.
kind of
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah.
So
He looks out with this one eye and says, "Who knows what you can see, but I can see a ranch. I hope I don't have reason to go there. I can see it so clearly now with your eye, since you're using one of mine."
I might be worried, but if you can't go unless you're invited, then enjoy the view.
I've already been invited. The door is open. As you ranchers might say, the herd beasts have been let out of the fence line, or whatever it is that you would say. It's done. I'm your mistake. They will either spill your blood to end my access to your world, or train you, I guess. Train you to come get me? I hadn't considered that, but yes. I guess that's what they will do. Interesting. You'll be a student, hmm?
Yep. That bothers you, doesn't it?
No. The way that you primates educate each other is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Believe me, you'll be learning a lot more about eggs and bacon than you will about magic or how to thwart me or how to stop me from doing what I'm doing now that I have access to your world and the land of the dead beside it. Well, I reckon this is the last we'll see each other for a while. I should have a good number of years to do what I'm going to do until you get your lore together to come after me. Learn well and know. Nah.
No.
And I think he like takes a piece of cloth and like puts it like slantwise over his head so that
Right.
your eye, that's like your brown eye, that's one of his eyes now, is covered.
Right.
And he says, "I'll see you soon." And I think like you wake up and
Right.
yeah, I think we'll end there. That's a great start.
Nice.
I'll take
The
that.
rabbit.
The
I like
rabbit.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. This is a good like alternate thing we'll do. And maybe we'll like do something like we could also go back and forth where like I make up an apprentice and you make up an apprentice and we just kind of flesh out
Oh,
how
that's
magic
cool. Yeah.
works and
Yeah.
kind of go
Back and
back and
forth.
forth.
I like that.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Anything you want to kind of talk about before we go?
No, I like that we've returned to Twitch on Sunday. So this is a good spot. I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that we keep this going. So.
Me too. Yeah. When we meaning gamers like set aside a night and we're like, hey, this is gonna be game night. I feel like games tend to work, and anything else, and it's just catch as catch can. Maybe maybe it catches and maybe it doesn't. But yeah, I'm glad we're doing that too. Cool. I'm gonna put up our goodbye thing. And if you have watched this far of this weird freelance, whatever the hell this is, kind of free play thing, we appreciate it. We just kind of went with it, rolled some dice when we wanted to, and I don't know. I don't know if this is like what the FKR community would say is like what they do. I'm on one of their Discords now. I'm kind of trying to figure out what the hell that FKR thing means.
Right.
And it's a whole thing, but they've been really friendly.
No, it's
So
true.
nice.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I think I dabble around various FKR and OSR-ish, trying to figure out. I think we all do that, right?
Yeah.
Where's it start? Where's it going? What are these folks doing with different things? And what can I take away